First, I'd like us to create some shared understanding about how our genes work.
Your body is made of 30 trillion human cells. That means you have 30 times more human cells in your body than there are stars in the Milky Way. Incredible, right? Your cells are the building blocks of life and health. Every cell in your body has the same DNA, the same genetic blueprint. A skin cell, a heart cell, and a cell in your eye all contain the same DNA. But how genes are expressed in a cell determines its function in the body. Other cells produce the energy we need to breathe and move. Some cells send signals, while others release hormones to regulate everything from our heartbeat to our thoughts and emotions. So how does each cell know what to do? The genes within each cell turn on or off, like a light switch, giving instructions for how the cell functions. In fact, this works more like a dimmer switch. Your gene expression can be dialed up or down. Here's a simple example. Your gene expression determines your eye color through the genes OCA2, HERC2, and IRF4. Most cells in the body have these genes turned off because they're not needed. But in the eye, they are turned on and play a critical role. Your metabolism is a little more involved. Metabolic function is controlled by 68 different metabolic pathways and over 2,325 individual genes that can be dialed up or down. This is where it gets exciting. Developing science is proving that you can influence your gene expression. How? With the lifestyle choices you make every day. While genes are expressed in each one of us based on a set of overarching instructions, these instructions are not set in stone. They are modified based on our choices. And we can actually measure the genetic responses to our choices with clinical trials. Through blood testing, gene markers are mapped and their expression measured, showing if they are on or off, as well as the degree to which they're dialed up or down. This opens incredible pathways for discovering how your lifestyle and product choices can change your gene expression, which in turn can impact our health and wellness.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Dr. Russell Osgothorpe.
How about Alex and Nicole? Weren't they fantastic? Now, the video we just watched was an introduction to the science of gene expression. I want you to hold on to that concept that we all have the potential to alter our genetic futures by the way we choose to live our lives and the products we put in our bodies. We've said this many times before on this very stage. And today, I'm going to show you how our new Serenity Sleep System influenced the genes of our Serenity clinical trial subjects. Would you like to see that? What I am about to give you is actually revolutionary in the essential oil industry. No one else can do what we do, nobody. This kind of data allows us to credibly reach the majority of customers in the world, and not just the early adopters of the essential oil movement. This is my Christmas morning face. No amount of serenity could help me sleep last night thinking about what's going to happen right now. This epigenetic study was part of the larger Serenity Sleep System trial just discussed. You'll recall Dr. Stevens shared that the design was a before and after type of sample collection. To measure the epigenetic outcomes, we collected blood samples at the beginning and then at the very end of the trial. From those blood samples, we can see what each person's epigenetic profile looks like before using the sleep system, and then compare that to the after patterns in their genetic profile. The only thing that changed during the trial is that they were using the Serenity Sleep System. Here's what a genome-wide epigenetic screen of more than 10,000 genes looks like. This is called a volcano plot. Don't worry, you don't need to remember this, okay? And each one of these dots represents one of the genes we studied. This is our data. The ones you see in red are genes that were dialed down, just like that dimmer switch we saw a moment ago. And the ones in green are the genes that were dialed up or turned on, not just a little. These genes were modulated more than 5-fold. That's like turning up that dimmer switch to fully light up the room. Let me show you the data on the 3 most interesting genes in our data set. These next slides are the ones you'll want to take pictures of. And if you want to, go right ahead, because these are going to be claims you can make compliantly about this system. I'm going to say that again for dramatic effect. These next slides are going to be claims you can compliantly make about the Serenity Sleep System. However, these are all going to be in a QR code later, so if you want to take pictures, go right ahead, but I'd prefer you to just stick with me for a second, because this is a little bit tough to get. So stick with me, okay? Don't worry about it. It's going to be there. The first gene I want to tell you about is DNM3TB. Just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? DNM3TB. Oh, it's just beautiful. This gene is expressed diurnally, meaning daily, and is involved in maintaining our healthy circadian rhythms. In our clinical trial, we saw DNM3TB expression statistically significantly increased after 6 weeks using the Serenity Sleep System as part of their daily sleep routine. As I said, DNM3TB, there it is again, just rolls right off the tongue, is a gene that supports healthy sleep through the maintenance of circadian rhythms. Circadian rhythms are critical to our sleep cycles. The adjusted p-value for this gene is 0.03, which means we are 97% assured that the result we saw in our study is due to the use of the Serenity Sleep System and nothing else. Okay, you ready for the next gene? This one I think you're going to like. All right, stick with me. This next gene is called LRP5. Sound familiar? No, not our loyalty rewards program, but just as valuable. LRP5 is better known as LDL receptor-related protein 5. This gene is involved in our metabolic function, and its expression is affected by the quality of our sleep. LRP5 gene expression was significantly increased by using the doTERRA Serenity Sleep System. LRP5 expression is increased when sleep is improved, and it supports glucose metabolism and cellular fitness. The adjusted p-value here is again 0.03. That number is my Christmas morning. Okay, and now my favorite, the last gene I'm going to share with you, I affectionately call ZIMZ2. ZMIZ2, ZIMZ2, is a gene that is involved in regulating the STAT family of signaling transcription factors. The STAT family is one of the most important of all the signaling pathways in the human body and is involved in immunity, inflammatory response, and sleep. ZIMZ2 has also been associated with circadian rhythms, and in particular, the ease of waking up after sleep. ZIMZ2 was significantly upregulated in healthy subjects using the doTERRA Serenity Sleep System. In other words, using doTERRA Serenity Sleep System may lead to increased expression of ZIMZ2. This data is evidence of what I shared with you yesterday. This is not just about the amount of sleep you can get by using the Serenity Sleep System. It's about the quality of sleep you get. And that quality of sleep is determined by what changes happen in your body and in your cells that improve your health and wellness. Another way to say this: using the new Serenity Sleep System is not only about increasing our sleep length and quality in subjective terms. This system will help you to get what your body requires from sleep to be more healthy. For some of those you've met in the past, those who might have been skeptical regarding essential oil use, internal use, or a perceived lack of efficacy data on essential oils, you can now share with those people these high-impact compliant claims regarding the doTERRA Serenity Sleep System. Go ahead, download them now. This clinical data allows you to make claims that others cannot about essential oils. Why? First, because the Serenity Sleep System is built on the foundation of a proprietary blend, and this research validates the entire Serenity system. Our study used all three methods of delivery: aromatic, topical, and internal. To our knowledge, there is not another sleep product on the market that makes an epigenetic claim like we now can. This is what our commitment to pure, consistent, safe, and efficacious CPTG essential oils affords you. It affords you the confidence to tell the world about not only why doTERRA is different, but that doTERRA is the only essential oil company in the world that can be trusted to deliver pure, consistent, and efficacy-tested essential oils to you and your family. This type of data is a game changer. It gives you the confidence to know that the Serenity Sleep System works and that doTERRA can be relied on. So please go tell the world. Listen, I know that I am preaching to the choir. Really. I know that you're singing along with me. But there are millions that need to know this. And you can help them. To borrow from Corey's wife, Janice, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? And maybe I will invoke another of my favorite childhood heroes as I appeal to you to share these new claims confidently with the world. Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first human epigenetic study with doTERRA products, but there is so much more to come. If you want to be the first to know about our doTERRA essential oil science breakthroughs and epigenetics, I encourage you all to bookmark doTERRA.com/science. We'll be adding more and more here very soon. Thank you so very much.